Grief is an emotion that affects us all, but when it comes to the aftermath of a suicide, the emotional toll can be overwhelming. Loved ones are left to cope with the loss, and the impact of suicide can be felt long after the initial shock. Whether you were close to the person who passed away or not, you may find yourself struggling with feelings of sadness, missed opportunities, and regret. Survivor's grief can be incredibly intense, marked by shock, confusion, guilt, shame, and anger. But remember, grieving is a personal journey, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. However, if you are struggling with survivor's grief, it's crucial to address and manage it properly. Seeking out support and resources can help you take the first steps towards healing and acceptance and prevent thoughts of suicide. So don't suffer alone. Help is available. Grief can take many forms, and when it comes to losing someone to suicide, the experience can be particularly complex. Suicide grief can take on many different faces and impact people in different ways. Some may feel intense anger or guilt, while others may feel numbness or a sense of disconnection. One of the most challenging aspects of suicide grief is the sense of isolation it can create. Finding someone who understands what you're going through can be challenging, and the stigma surrounding suicide can make it difficult to talk about it openly. If you're struggling with suicide grief, it's important to remember that healing takes time, and there's no one right way to grieve. Seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist can be beneficial. Taking care of yourself is also essential by engaging in self-care practices like exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Losing a loved one to suicide can be an incredibly difficult and painful experience. It can bring a unique set of challenges, including a type of grief called complicated grief, which can prolong the suffering and make it difficult to move forward. Complicated grief can involve a range of symptoms, including intense feelings of sadness and loneliness, difficulty accepting the loss, and feeling stuck in the grieving process. It can also manifest in physical symptoms such as fatigue, headaches, and changes in appetite or sleep patterns. Talking about suicide can be challenging, especially when cultural and religious beliefs place judgment and blame on the person. However, it's important to remember that suicide is a complex issue that can affect anyone. By encouraging open conversations about suicide, we can help reduce the stigma around this topic and promote a culture of openness and compassion. Let's work together to break the silence and support those who may be struggling. Knowing you're not alone is important when dealing with survivor's grief. Seeking support from friends, family, mental health professionals, or support groups can make a significant difference in managing your grief. Establishing a routine and caring for yourself with healthy habits such as exercise and good sleep and hygiene can also help you cope and provide a sense of normalcy and hope. Remember, it's okay to admit when you need professional help. Mental health professionals can provide valuable support for those experiencing self-blame, disconnection, inability to carry out daily activities, or suicidal thoughts. Don't hesitate to seek help and take the first steps towards healing. Losing someone to suicide can be one of the most difficult experiences a person can face. It's natural to feel a range of emotions, including shock, anger, guilt, and despair. The grieving process can be complex and may take longer than you expect. Be patient with yourself and understand that it's okay to feel a range of emotions. Additionally, self-care practices such as exercise, getting enough sleep, and eating a balanced diet can help manage stress and promote healing. Survivor's grief can take a heavy toll, leaving you questioning everything you once held dear. But there's hope. With healthy coping strategies and support groups, a lifeline exists for those struggling. Do not suffer alone after losing a loved one to suicide. Break the stigma, seek professional help, and take the first steps towards healing and acceptance. Here are just a few of the many resources available for people affected by suicide in Australia. It's important to reach out for support and to know that help is available. Suicide Callback Service. This service provides 24/7 telephone counselling for people affected by suicide. They offer support to people who have lost someone to suicide, as well as people who are struggling with suicidal thoughts themselves. Call 1300 659 467. Beyond Blue offers information, resources and support for people who are affected by suicide, including family members and caregivers. They also provide a helpline and an online chat service. Call 1300 22 4636. Lifeline is a national charity that provides crisis support and suicide prevention services 24/7. They offer telephone counselling for people who have lost someone to suicide and those struggling with their mental health. Call 131114. Sane Australia offers support and resources for people affected by mental illness, including those who have lost someone to suicide. They also offer a helpline and online chat service. Call 1800 187263. The Black Dog Institute is a research and clinical organisation focusing on mental health and suicide prevention. They offer resources and support for people affected by suicide, including family members and caregivers. Head to Health is an online resource that provides information, resources and support for people affected by mental health issues, including suicide. They offer a range of tools and resources for people who have lost someone to suicide.